What's going on, everyone? So breaking news just came out that the Los Angeles Lakers versus the San Antonio Spurs has officially been postponed for tomorrow. Also, the Clippers game has been postponed, but it's a Laker channel. Talk about the Laker stuff. Two games now, the Hornets and the Spurs, have been postponed. I'm curious to see how the NBA is going to approach this, right? I talked about, do they send them out to Vegas, right? Like, do you bring them out here, my way, where I'm at? Do you move them more north or something? Like, where do you take them to kind of? I mean, are you going to postpone every game the rest of the month? Right, at some point, Lakers are going to have to play. So this is kind of curious to see how this plays out, particularly with how the NBA actually approaches this and what they decide to do with the Lakers. Because the Lakers, again, they were supposed to not leave California till the 27th. Their two road games are against the Clippers, who the NBA needs to figure out what's going on with them, and then the Warriors. So, lot to figure out here. I'm surprised it hasn't already gotten resolved. I'm surprised they haven't already, kind of worked that out. Right, like I said, I mean, go to Vegas, right? Do it at the T-Mobile Arena or something like that, or whatever, right? Like, you figure it out somehow, some way. But nonetheless, right, I'm also interested to see how the NBA approaches kind of those games that they're postponing, that they're rescheduling. Do the Lakers end up just playing those two at the tail end? Right? Is it like a back-to-back? Because, are you going to punish the Lakers because of this? Like, right? Because they get to go back-to-back. Now, you could argue they're getting some health and stuff, which I'm going to touch on here in a moment, kind of go over the pros and cons of this and what the situation is from a basketball side, right? I want to keep this strictly basketball. Did a whole video kind of talking about the fires and everything like that. And then, J.J. Redick's house being burnt down and all that. Did a whole video on that already. Go check out that video if you want. And also, all of the profit I make from that video in particular, just that video, I'm going to donate to relief or, whatever I can find to help with these fires, right? Or relief aid, or to help kind of fight the fires. But from a strict basketball side, right? On a good note, Jared Vanderbilt's coming back or working his way back. This is good for him. Get some more practices in, get some more reps in. Right, Lakers, I imagine, are going to continue to do walkthroughs, kind of keep fresh, keep things ordered. I don't think that they're just going to go full-fledged practice, but I do think that they'll like they had a practice today. I could see the Lakers kind of continuing that route, continuing to kind of push that. So it's really good for Jared Vanderbilt and just his rehab. Dorian Finney-Smith, too, again, get some more practices. Kind of allows him to get more acclimated, get him more comfortable in the offensive and defensive sets. Same thing with Jared Vanderbilt, kind of get him plugged in, get him ready. Gabe Vincent, all these guys. It gives our guys just rest, period, right? Multiple guys are dealing with little nagging injuries. Multiple guys are dealing with just injuries, period. So guys can kind of take it a little more easy than usual. Obviously, with everything that's going on in California, a lot of affairs that I'm sure that they all are trying to work through and work out and figure stuff out and keeping an eye on and monitor, especially J.J. Redick, right? I'm sure he's got a million things going on. But, credit J.J. for, just being a professional and handling business. I'm sure it's an escape for him, right? I'm sure that, maybe not the media asking him a million questions about it, right? I'm sure that that's not really an escape. I'm sure he doesn't really want to have to deal with that. But him just being able to get away, get with his teammates, get with everything, and just be able to turn your mind off on that for a moment, I'm sure is a blessing for him, right? Kind of clear his head. But, again, like LeBron James, Anthony Davis, you can't get them enough rest, right? So by the time we play our next game, which would be another 2 days from now? You're talking like almost a week since the Lakers played their last game by the time they play their next one. So, again, there's some real positives there for the Lakers to kind of, again, get some rest, get some practices, get some reps, get some shots up, just do the various walkthroughs and things like that, watch tape, watch film, kind of prep and prepare for these other things. So there is an added benefit to this that, you kind of weigh like, okay, well, Lakers getting rest, but they're probably going to have, towards the end of the season, kind of these back-to-backs. But hopefully by that point, Lakers have kind of figured everything out. They've gotten all their trades and everything that they need to get done. Lakers are kind of just healthier and good, and so, you can approach those games. And, if the Lakers are locked up, let's say they're locked up as the 5 seed or something, right? Well, then now you don't have to push and have to, okay, well, let's go win the game. Maybe you can kind of rest a game or two and just kind of, hey, whether we win or lose this game, we can kind of we're still in the 5 seed, right? Maybe you could do something like that. A lot of time between now and then to kind of work that and figure that out. But, from the con side of things, right, it's just a lot of uncertainty, right? Like, you could, again, this is just strictly basketball, right? I don't want people to take this as anything else. Like, when I say pros and cons, right, I'm talking strictly basketball. From a basketball standpoint, right, I think you could argue that there's more pros than cons. Like, the one con is just that uncertainty. Like, when are we playing our next game? We don't have a bunch of, road games scheduled here. We have a bunch of home games scheduled here. So how are they going to approach that? Like, are we staying in California? Are we going to Las Vegas? Are we going here? Are we going there? Like, what's going to happen here? I think is going to be very interesting to see, and if you're the Lakers, it probably kind of is frustrating to an extent, right? Because it's just like, one, the players want to play. They're like, come on, man, like we're working out, we're sitting here, we're doing what we need to do, right? As much as it is good for them to get this rest and, kind of give the Lakers a little bit of an edge here, right? Which, if the Lakers win the championship this year, right, people are going to throw this. People are going to be like, well, it's because the Lakers got 2 weeks worth of rest, and that's why the Lakers got, you're going to get those silly comments and people just trying to justify why the Lakers didn't win the championship. So just prepare for that if the Lakers win this year. Long road ahead before that happens, though, right? Got to get some trades. There's a lot that needs to happen for that to happen. But I can already hear it, right? I can already see the comments of people just like, well, because the Lakers, it's like, okay, yeah, that's what it was, right? It wasn't because we pulled off the right trades or we are a good basketball team now, right? Or whatever, right? Again, a lot of time between now and then, but that uncertainty's got to be frustrating. That uncertainty has got to be annoying, right? I'm sure Jeannie and Rob, they're probably working with the NBA, trying to navigate, trying to figure out, okay, what about this? What about this? What about this? Right? Are the Lakers responsible? Are the NBA responsible to try to figure this out? Because maybe the NBA is like, hey, you guys need to find a place to play, right? It is the NBA, but because the thing is, it's not like you can just go down the street, right? It's not like you can just go, you'd either have to go north, or you'd have to go, to the Bay Area or whatever, or you'd have to go west, Midwest, right? To go to Vegas or go west to go to Vegas, right? It's probably my only thoughts with that is do you just kind of head on? I think that's the easiest, right? Because especially if you're talking home games, right? Vegas would be home games for them. All of basketball fans in Vegas are all Laker fans. People are going to travel from LA to Vegas, right? You're gonna have you still have all the benefits, right? You don't have the comfortability of playing in your own gym, right? You don't have that element of it where you're comfortable. So it is kind of more neutral, but it is all the fans are going to be on your side, right? You're not going to have a stadium full of Hornet fans, right? They're all going to be Laker fans. So I think that is that's probably, my guess is probably where it ends up going. Plus, the Vegas and the NBA have a good relationship. They want to open up an arena here, all this stuff. So I'm sure Vegas is dude, we'll take as much basketball as we possibly can, right? I don't know how they'd have to work that out and, venues and stuff like that, right? Because, like I said, you have T-Mobile. You could always convert, Thomas and Mack, or play at the Thomas and Mack Center, or play at the whatever, at the stadium, right? There's ways you can figure it out. You just, maybe that's what's taking so long, is maybe they're trying to work it all out. Because I'm sure it's a process, and I'm sure all these things have stuff booked and things. The college basketball season's going on, so you might have to kind of navigate that. But I don't know. It's good. I'm curious to see how this all plays out, but they got to do something because now there's 2 games that got postponed that the Lakers are going to have to play and make up at some point, right? I do think that it's good that the Lakers get a little extra rest, get a little extra benefit in that regard. Also, I think this is good for Jared Vanderbilt to kind of get him reacclimated, get him kind of back into the swing of things and all that stuff. So it is. It's going to hopefully we stop having to have these games postponed, right? Because, just like the basketball fan, I want to see it. I mean, obviously, again, what's happening is tragedy, right? It's crazy. I mean, it really is. And, but like I said, I already talked about all that. I just want to keep this stuff basketball, right? Like, I want to keep this stuff pertaining to that and just like basketball related. So please, in the comments, same thing. Keep it basketball related. It's a basketball channel, not a drama channel or whatever news channel. That's the right approach. Yeah, news, not drama, right? But nonetheless, again, as always, this is a discussion. Pass a question on you. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. What do you think? How do you feel? What are your thoughts? What do you make of this? Do you think it's good for the Lakers to get some rest? Do you think it's bad for the Lakers to get some rest? It's not like they were on some 7-game win streak or something where it's oh man, this just threw a wrench in everything. Lakers coming off of a losing streak, so kind of rewrite the ship, get yourself together. But how do you feel? Whatever your thoughts are, love to hear it. Let me know down in the comments below. That being said, if you haven't liked this video, hit that like button. Helps me a lot. Lets me enjoy these types of videos, and I truly appreciate it. Not subscribe channel, hit that subscribe button. Turn on the bell notifications. Appreciate y'all. See you in the next one. Thank you.